The observation deck of the Talon's Pride erupted in chaos as the hull breach alarm shrieked through the corridors. Elsa's instincts kicked in before her mind could process the danger. 3 Creven cubs, barely old enough to understand basic standard, stood frozen in the viewing corridor, their scaled faces twisted in terror as debris exploded inward from the damaged bulkhead. She didn't think. She ran. Leon's voice crackled through her comm unit. Elsa, negative. Fall back to... The transmission cut off as she threw herself over the smallest cub, her body forming a shield as jagged metal fragments tore through the air. White-hot pain lanced across her back and shoulders. The world tilted, dimmed, then faded to black. When consciousness returned, Elsa's first sensation was wrong. Everything was wrong. She should have been in medical bay, surrounded by sterile white walls and the antiseptic smell of human medicine. Instead, her nostrils filled with musk and something electric, ozone mixed with predator scent. Her eyes fluttered open to find herself lying on a raised platform in a vast circular chamber. Surrounding her were faces from a dozen nightmares. The Creven matriarch loomed directly ahead, her reptilian features carved from scales that had witnessed centuries. To her left sat 3 Vexillian hunters, their 4 eyes gleaming with bioluminescence, mandibles clicking softly. A massive Gorath warrior, easily 3 meters tall, stood with arms crossed, his tusks adorned with honor rings. Representatives from the Yithrak swarms hovered nearby, their insectoid bodies creating a susurrus of chittering wings. This was the Predator Council, the apex species of the known galaxy. Every race present had evolved as apex predators on their homeworlds. Every race had conquered their planets through fang, claw, and cunning, and every single one of them was staring at her. The human awakens, the Creven matriarch rumbled, her voice like grinding stone. We have questions, Elsa Chen of Earth. Elsa tried to sit up, wincing as treated wounds pulled across her back. Before she could respond, a familiar figure pushed through the assembled predators. Leon's face was pale, his jaw tight with barely controlled emotion. You've been unconscious for 3 cycles, he said quickly, kneeling beside the platform. The cubs are safe. You saved them, but... He glanced nervously at the surrounding council. But they want to understand why. Why? Elsa's voice came out rough. They were children. What's to understand? The matriarch leaned forward, and Elsa suddenly understood why Crevens were feared across 17 systems. Precisely that, human. You threw yourself upon projectiles meant for offspring not of your species, not of your pack, not even of your evolutionary branch. Her claws tapped against the stone floor. You are prey descended, weak, fragile. Your kind has no natural weapons, no armor, no evolutionary advantage. Yet you positioned yourself between danger and our young. This violates fundamental logic, clicked one of the Vexillians. Prey species do not sacrifice themselves for predator young. It contradicts every survival instinct evolution should have encoded in your DNA. The Gorath warrior's deep voice rumbled through the chamber. In my culture, such an act carries profound meaning. It suggests either madness or honor beyond comprehension. Which afflicts your species, human? Elsa struggled to her feet, ignoring Leon's steadying hand. Pain flared across her shoulders, but she stood straight, meeting the matriarch's gaze. Maybe you're asking the wrong question. The chamber fell silent. We're not prey, Elsa continued, her voice growing stronger. You look at humans and see soft skin, small teeth, weak jaws. You see prey, but you're wrong. We're not prey because we refuse to be. She gestured at the assembled council. You evolved as hunters. You were born with claws and fangs and venom. We were born with nothing, so we invented everything. We turned rocks into spears, spears into railguns. We didn't have armor, so we forged it from star metal. We couldn't run fast, so we built ships that break light speed. The Vexillian hunter hissed softly. Technology is not evolution. No, Elsa agreed. It's better. It's choice. Evolution made you predators. We chose to be protectors. She touched her bandaged shoulder. Those cubs weren't my species. They weren't even mammals, but they were young and they were scared and they needed help. That's all that mattered. Madness, the Gorath warrior muttered, but his tone carried something that might have been respect. Leon stepped forward. It's not madness. It's human. We're pack-bonding lunatics who'll adopt literally anything as family. There are humans who keep Vexillian juveniles as pets, with permission, he added quickly, seeing the hunter's mandibles flare. We form emotional attachments to robots, to plants, to rocks if they're shaped funny enough. Your species bonds with rocks? The matriarch's voice held disbelief. We've named geological features on every planet we've surveyed, Leon confirmed. We get emotionally attached to exploration drones. We cry when fictional characters die in entertainment programs. We're biologically hardwired to see something small and vulnerable and think, must protect, even when it's a juvenile apex predator that could theoretically eat us in 20 years. Elsa smiled despite the pain. Your cubs were small. They were scared. My body moved before my brain caught up. That's not prey behavior, that's human behavior. We protect what we love, and we love everything. The matriarch regarded her for a long moment. Then slowly she lowered her massive head, a gesture of profound respect in Crevan culture. The Predator Council acknowledges Elsa Chen of Earth, she intoned formally. You have demonstrated that humanity's greatest weapon is not your technology, but your incomprehensible capacity for compassion. The cub's parents wish to speak with you to offer life debt. That won't be necessary, Elsa began. It is not optional, the matriarch interrupted. You took shrapnel for our young. In our culture, such sacrifice creates bonds that transcend species. You are packed now, human, whether you understand what that means or not. As the council began to disperse, Leon helped Elsa toward the medical wing. You know you're probably going to have 3 Crevan cubs following you around for the rest of your life, right? Life debt is serious business. Elsa laughed, then winced. Could be worse. They're actually pretty cute once you get past the scales and teeth. That, Leon said with a grin, is the most human thing I've ever heard you say. Behind them, the Predator Council watched the 2 humans depart, each member contemplating the same unsettling truth. Humanity hadn't conquered the galaxy through superior strength or evolved weaponry. They'd done something far more dangerous. They'd made the Predators care.